its most important medium.
Gareth Hughes.
Kia ora, Mr Speaker. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou kia ora. Rise to take a very brief call on the Identity Information Confirmation Bill. Mr Speaker, we support the intent of the bill, which is to help prevent fraudulent activity online. This bill helps with the confirmation verification service between third parties and the iGov system, and relates to the bill we've just seen voted on a second reading, the Electronic Identity Verification Services Bill. What we've seen is a growth of fraudulent identities online. I think some of the parody Twitter accounts of some members of Parliament, I think of the Honourable Dr Brash and Big Jerry B, as he's known, and sometimes funnier and more. It's a good point from the member Chris Hipkins. How do we know they're parodies? It's a good question. I think a lot more entertaining than the real Twitter accounts anyway. Mr Speaker, we support the intent of the bill. We've got some concerns. Reading Keith Locke's first reading speech of this bill, he raised a number of concerns which he's championed over the 12 years he was in Parliament. We note that it has been improved in the Select Committee. It's important that we take note of what the member Claire Curran has raised about the need for all MPs to be up to speed with these issues, because they're just going to get more and more important as the years go on, and the laws we write now are going to impact decisions and events in 10 years. The key thing when you look at issues like this one is we don't want to rush headlong, as we could do, and as other countries have done, into a compulsory system going down the path of electronic identity cards. I don't think it's the Kiwi way, I don't think it's desirable, and I don't think it is actually going to benefit us to a large measure in New Zealand. So, Mr Speaker, we support the idea of a confirmation service. We do have some privacy concerns. We note the Privacy Commission is going to have a role in this. That's fantastic. I think we should also have a debate, obviously, in the appropriate forums, about adequately resourcing the Office of the Privacy Commissioner. Her role is becoming more and more important, I believe, and we need to focus, and the Ombudsman and the Auditor General. I may as well add the Parliamentary Commission of the Environment in there for good measure as well. Look, Mr Speaker, I don't want to overly politicise this, but we've got to raise the point, which is I think the public and Parliament should have concerns around the role of how this government has been addressing the privacy issue. We've seen New Zealanders' files, thousands of New Zealanders' files handed out to the public. We've seen a minister say some pretty egregious comments around privacy, breaching privacy, and intending to continue to breach privacy, which I think is terrible. We shouldn't countenance it, and it raises serious questions in the public whether they've got confidence in the government if they take privacy seriously. It's got to be at the core of the system when you design new systems such as this. I think the government has to demonstrate that they take it seriously, and we'll have that debate down the line. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
The question is that Dennis O'Rourke.